Welcome to the Mesquamaket Beach Podcast, a podcast spotlighting the businesses, newsmakers, events, and memories of Rhode Island's historic Mesquamaket Beach.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mesquamaket Beach Podcast. My name is Ben Barber. I am one of the producers of the show. And today, it is Labor Day weekend, and I am very, very excited because while many people would be saying that this is the end of the summer season, kids are back in school, what have you, I say no. I say there is a lot more left of summer for us to enjoy. And speaking of it being a lot more left of summer, we are here today talking about FallFest. It is the end of the summer spectacular, September 14th, 15th, and 16th on Mesquamaket Beach, right in the State Beach parking lot, and it is going to be epic. We're going to break it down in this episode. I'm being joined by one of the other producers of the show for a few minutes, Caswell Cooke, the executive director of the Mesquamaket Business Association, a business owner himself in Mesquamaket. Check out Seafood Haven 2 because it's going to be open, much like the rest of Mesquamaket Beach. It's going to be open past this weekend, past Labor Day weekend. There's still more to Mesquamaket Beach, more to be checked out. There is so much happening at FallFest that we're going to talk about. Live entertainment, Atlantic Rhythm section. Never Enough is going to be there on Friday night. We're going to do an interview with them next week. Rhodey's Red Nose Circus is going to be there. Instead of the demo area, we're going to have a circus all day, every day, different things, tons of entertainment for Rhodey's Red Nose Circus that we're grateful for. Simply Enchanted is going to be back, bringing Wayfinder, the Little Mermaid, the Frozen Sisters. All of your favorite characters from Simply Enchanted are going to be there. We're going to have jugglers, hula hoopers, clowns, martial arts demonstrations, acrobatics, classic car shows, everything that you could want and that you've come to expect from Mesquamaket's FallFest. Rockwell Amusements are going to be there, and you're going to hear Caswell say, Rockwell Amusements, you might know them if you're from the area, from the Charlestown Seafood Festival and the Washington County Fair, which happened a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to say it. He's a nice guy. I'm going to say it. This is better. This is better. This is more fun. You might have experienced these rides at the Washington County Fair. You might have seen them at the Charlestown Seafood Festival. Both of them amazing events. But you haven't ridden a Ferris wheel and overlooked the Atlantic Ocean until you've gone to a Mesquamaket festival. So Mesquamaket.org is where you'll find all of the information on everything that is open and when things are open until, because it's Labor Day does not mean we're closing up shop. The beach is open, the businesses are open, they're ready to go. A lot of the tourists are going to go home. The summer might be over for tourists because kids are back in school for a lot of them, but that means that it is the best time of year for the beach, for the locals. And we're going to go down there, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Things are open for, several weeks still, months. We also have some great events coming up in the fall that we're going to talk about, and we're going to cover all of that. And in the next couple of weeks, we are going to have, before the 14th, we are going to have several other of the entertainers, not entertainers, that's not a word. Several other of the entertainers are going to be coming on the show, doing some quick interviews, giving you a little bit of a preview of what's going to happen at FallFest. But to break down all of the intricacies right now is the man that puts it together and a very special surprise guest at the end that is worth waiting for. So here is Caswell Cooke, and wait till the end of his interview because we have a very, very, very special guest who met him as they were on their way out, who jumped on the podcast. So we are very excited for that. Listen to the show, and actually, there's probably going to be a spoiler in the title. So So, you probably already know who I'm talking about, but if you haven't looked at it, don't look it up. Just listen to the interview, get through Caswell, and then we have a fun little surprise at the end. So that's it. Here's Caswell Cooke, and get excited for FallFest. All right, Caswell, how are you?
I'm great. We're looking forward to FallFest.
I'm looking forward to FallFest too. As I said, it's September 14th, 15th, and 16th on the State Beach, and you can purchase tickets early at MusquamaCatFestival.org and all of that fun stuff. And Atlantic Rhythm Section is headlining Saturday night, the 15th at 8:30. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Oh, the Atlanta Rhythm Section is great. They had a lot of hits from about 1975 into the early 80s. Their biggest hit was called So Into You, and they did a version of the song Spooky, Love is Kind of Crazy with a Spooky Little Girl Like You, which was top 10. And then they had another top 40 hit called Imaginary Lover, another one called Champagne Jam, and another one called Doraville. So they've got several top 40 hits to their credit. I think they were even invited to the White House back in their heyday to play for the President of the United States, and a lot of great stuff. They also used to do a big outdoor concert every year for many years. And so they're just, they're a great band, kind of in that yacht rock genre a bit, as well as maybe also sometimes in that sort of Southern rock vein too.
Right.
So they cover a lot of ground. So, we always try to bring in a big name that's sold millions of records, and here's another one.
Yeah, and yacht rock / Southern rock sounds perfect for FallFest on the beach, honestly. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so Friday night, well, let's go through the entertainment first. So Friday night we have David Tessier's All-Star Band of All-Stars. Did I say that right? All-Star Band of All-Stars?
Yeah, All-Star Stars. Yeah, there's a lot of them. They do really cool songs. They'll actually pull songs like Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty out, stuff that bands just don't cover. And they cover these really cool 70s and 80s tunes, really well. And then you talk to Mick Mara and Never Enough. They're going to play the Never Enough Party Rock. So that's Friday night. And then Rhodey's Red Nose Circus. There's a whole lineup. You can go to MusquamaCatFestival.org. But the lineup talks about who they're bringing in all weekend. But in the Red Nose Circus area, which formerly was our demo area, there's going to be fire dancers, hula hoopers, jugglers, clowns, LED performers, martial arts, keepers, martial arts, magicians, aerialists, dance troops. And then we've got Princess Anna and Elsa, Wayfinder and Little Mermaid. We have the Magic of Larry and David on Saturday. We've got a lot of food trucks. We've got a classic car show Saturday, 11 to 3. And all this is brought to you by The Wolf and Foxwoods Resort Casino and the Westerly Hospital, the Pleasant View, South County Tourism Council. Those are our main presenting sponsors that we always want to give a shout out to. And then Sunday, we're bringing our friends from New Jersey back, a band called The Criers, who have played with everybody. In fact, Joe Orlando this week, the leader of The Criers, is playing at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. So,
oh, wow.
as you know, Ben, there's always some kind of a connection to a Beatle, or I couldn't book it.
Yeah, if there wasn't a Beatle connection, it wouldn't be a Musquamacat Festival helmed by Caswell Cooke.
Correct.
Now,
go ahead. Sorry.
If I drop your name on a podcast when I'm actually talking to you, do I still get the extra bonus for dropping your name every episode?
No, we don't want to drop. It's too much on them. No, I'm joking.
Speaking of dropping, you just dropped out for a second when you said that. So which is good because we don't need to plug you anymore. I love the mouth-watering food truck rodeo on the poster. I think that's an apropos name for the food truck rodeo.
Well, we bring in a lot of food. We've got some great people that have been there for years. The Sub King, Garrow, and his wife Kitty, who do the big sausages and all that stuff, and the steak sandwiches. And then we've got Nutmeg Concessions. They've come every year since the first year, because this is the what is it, the 8th annual. So we've done this festival twice a year. We've done this. This is our 16th festival in the last 8 years. So we've got some regulars in the food and also the arts and crafts areas. So we've got lots of stuff going on for sale, whether it's, cider and donuts to the fair food you would expect, like cotton candy and candied apples and popcorn and
kettle corn.
Kettle corn, those kind of things.
Which I know is popcorn, but it's different.
But then you can also come and have a shrimp cocktail, and you can also come and have a barbecue, and you can also come and have a fish sandwich or clam fritters. So there's a variety of food, and I think it's mouthwatering because I'm hungry talking to you about it.
Yeah.
And then the vendors are great. I mean, that's a huge thing about this is the shopping. It's not just handbags and glad rags. It's everything. And there's a lot of people there. There's also a lot of groups that'll be there for good causes doing stuff. A lot of our local radio stations will be there. And some of them will be doing giveaways. So there'll be stuff to buy. I bought presents in Springfest. I bought like Mother's Day presents there and stuff.
That's a good idea.
One person has like one of those salt rock lamps that I purchased. So there's a lot of those things and essential oils and things like that. So it's definitely good shopping. And then, of course, the biggest thing of the whole thing is what makes this festival tick is Rockwell Amusements. I mean, these guys are the pros. They're the ones that do the Charlestown Seafood Festival, the Washington County Fair. They're the ones that bring the Ferris wheel and the rides and the scrambler, the games, the things where you shoot the water into the clown's head and the blow the balloon up first and try to catch the frogs and all those different games they have. So there's the whole game section. There's the whole ride section. Then we have kiddie rides. So it's kind of like a little bit of everything as far as the amusements. And they try to change it up every year. That's the thing. I mean, we've been doing this 16 times, but every time we find something new, or they'll bring a different ride, or they've invested in a new ride. So it's a really great event. So Fall Fest is awesome. It's 3 days of fun. It's a way to keep the summer going and bring people to the area. It happens the week after the Surftown Half Marathon brings 2,500 people to town, and it happens a few weeks before our Guy Fawkes Bonfire Night. So we're open. The beach is open. The stores are open. The restaurants are open. The hotels are open. And that's the point of this event is that Mesquamaket Beach is open. So
yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit of a different feel from Springfest because Springfest, you're opening the beach for the season. But Fall Fest, I mean, everything's running like a well-oiled machine, around it, So if you want to come down on Friday, Fall Fest doesn't open until 5. But I mean, come spend the day, get lunch at one of the many local businesses and stuff. That's all open right now.
Well, Ed, I guess what, Ben, you're just actually in time as you're recording this. For our friend Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee to join the podcast, and we're not live, but we're talking on our podcast about Fall Fest.
Oh, good.
With Ben. So Ben, say hi to the Lieutenant Governor.
Hello, Lieutenant Governor.
Hi, Ben.
And Ben's the Lieutenant Governor's been to Fall Fest, so give us your 30-second pitch, Lieutenant Governor, about why we should come to Fall Fest.
Well, I'm in Wesley right now. I just saw the sign, so September 14, 15, I think I said on there.
Wow, you're good.
So we're all ready for September 14, 15. I'll be down. It's a lot of fun. Everybody should join in the effort.
So take that. So if the Lieutenant Governor's coming, you should come too, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Ben, I got to run because we're taking off somewhere, but thank you very much for doing this lovely interview, and we hope everyone comes to Fall Fest.
No problem. Thank you very much, Caswell. See you there.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For more information on the events and businesses in Mesquamaket Beach, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and at mesquamaket.org.